This is Pat Soundbites Unplugged. Unplugged. The podcast where all the artists go to tell it as it is. Careers, music, tours, and more. And here's your host, the man that refuses to eat squid, Pat Calamari.
Hey, Pat Calamari here, host of Pat Soundbites Unplugged. Well, you know that already. Episode number 63. Incredible singer, songwriter, producer, and currently the guitarist in a rock band, The Babies. I got to call him out in his home in L.A., Mr. Joey Sykes. And man, this guy's got all kinds of talent. Joey just released a song and lyric video called Let's Get Through This. And you want to talk about an upbeat song with a positive message. It is perfect for what we're going through today with this coronavirus. And I was certainly interested to ask him when he wrote the song, but he actually, as he explains in the interview, or I should say the chat, because I'm not a fan of that word, as you know, he wrote that he had that lick, that idea a while ago, and then obviously where we're in today in lockdown mode, he says, I got to finish this, and I applaud him. It's a great radio-friendly tune. We're going to play a lot of it and check out the video, and I think it's really important that it was a lyric video that you can see. It's very animated, it's very cool, very upbeat, so that is awesome. This guy been in a band Coward, which was really a Long Island staple band back in the 90s, and a real good band. I mean, 90s power pop, progressive sound, like a Weezer, the Cars, a Little Cheap Trick. They actually went on tour and opened for Third Eye Blind, but just never was able to get that exposure and get over that hump. And he's got a lot of good music out there. We talk about this band that he formed called Honey River for his time hanging out, and he goes back and forth to Nashville. And another side of him, it's more of a California country 70s band. If you think of Eagles and think of like Tom Petty, a big focus on country, it's all really good stuff. And I even dug to say, who is this guy? And found an album that he did called Classic New Rock Album. And there's incredible songs on there, all radio friendly. And as an independent artist, just struggled to get it out there. So I'm going to be supporting Joey and supporting a lot of his music that you're going to hear on my radio show. And but for now, I hope please go out and check out Let's Get Through This. It's got a great media. It's got a great sound. It's got great everything. Joey will also be featured in the, webathon called All Together Now, benefiting the city of Los Angeles, which is coming on Saturday, April 25th, 2 p.m. Pacific time. Viewers can donate to that cause. You can go to the altogetherNowLA.org and check that out. And there's a super lineup of artists that will be on that stream and providing music and trying to build more funds for LA, but it could be for really anybody. There's more and more folks that are doing that. Joey also has got a pretty cool transistor radio collection, and if you go to his website, Joey Sykes, Sykes, or check him out on Facebook or Instagram, you'll see that. It's really cool. He talks. I did ask him about the Babies. They have been doing some work. Going to come out with something new, a remix of the original. They have some songs that he actually wrote, so they're still there. They're still in it together. And it's a really cool chat, a real nice guy, and I'm happy we hooked up. So check it out. Let's get through this. Buy it, download, buy. It's on Spotify, it's on iTunes, it's all over. It was released on April 9th on Purple Virgo Records. Joey Sykes, live, love, and laugh a lot. Life way too short. Enjoy.
Hey, this is Joey Sykes of The Babies, and you're listening to Pat's Soundbites Unplugged.
WBXO Classic Rock Redefined in conjunction with Pat Soundbites Unplugged. Honored to have singer, songwriter, producer from his home in L.A., the guitarist of the band The Babies, Mr. Joey Sykes.
So you're up in Pauling, eh?
Yeah, I'm up in Pauling, actually really close to Pauling, between Pauling and Poughkeepsie. Are you down on the island?
I'm from there, but I live in California.
Oh, okay. I'm looking at
I know Pauling very well. My old manager was Darryl Hall's manager from day one. Like he managed him his whole career, and he managed my band. So I kind of know people from that studio and Pete Moshe.
Oh yeah, you got to know Pete. Everybody knows Pete. Great guy, great sound guy, one of the best.
Yeah, the band was called Coward.
Oh, okay.
97.
Yeah, no, reading about you, I did see that. It was like a Long Island staple band, a lot of 90s power pop, progressive sound. A lot of great reviews on that band.
Yeah, everyone thought we were going to be huge. We got signed for a lot of money and a publishing deal, and then at the same exact time they signed Third Eye Blind. So Third Eye Blind kind of kicked our asses a little bit. We toured with them a lot, but that was about it, you know?
Ah, damn, that sucks.
Yeah, everyone. It was like a media darling band. You know, we had a lot of good things going on. We were produced by Jerry Finn, who produced Green Day and Blink 182, and Roger Manning from Jellyfish played keyboards on it. It was great, man. It was a great. Actually, we recorded drums at Bearsville, which was like
right up here.
One of the highlights of my life was recording the beginnings of that record, because it was such a big buzz on the band and everything, and they had an unlimited budget for us, and it was just a great time. It was a drag that band wasn't bigger.
Yeah, I guess it was just the timing, that whole 90s, that grunge, that punk, that it was just there's a lot of bands, and not many of them, came out okay. I mean, I think, I think of like the Collective Souls or the Three Doors Down or some of them bands, Gin Blossoms, some are able to still somehow survive, but a lot of bands
this band would have been really cool. I think we could have done really well. I mean, we had like a really great, image, and it was like a cross between what we were going for was like a cross between Cheap Trick and like the Cars. It was like a very quirky but really energetic. And then there was a couple of bands a couple of years after us, like Lit, those kind of bands. So we kind of, I think, were early on what we were going for, because there was a couple of bands that became big like right after us. So it was a drag. It was a drag to watch that,
It just sucks here. You actually opened, traveling around with Third Eye Blind, just couldn't get over that hurdle, because you had it before everybody else. Yeah.
Damn. But you know what? There's a lot of bands have that story. A lot of bands, the records never even came out. So, what are you going to do? It's just the luck of the draw.
Well, I guess the positive, and Joey, is that you got to network with a lot more people. A lot more people know you. Your network, contact list starts to grow, and people, aware of your singing and songwriting and guitar playing, and I see producers. So, you gotta we turn it into a positive somehow. So can't ever turn away from the experience, right? At least you did it. A lot of people never even got out of Long Island. Forget about touring, so.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm up here in Pauling. I'm the program director of an independent radio station, which is a rarity. We play whatever we want to play. My theme of my radio show is keeping new music alive on the radio airways, which is a rarity, because that's opened my life to a lot of bands and great bands and great artists and independents, and I get probably 10 CDs a week from people going, please play my record, because nobody else, I'm not going to blast corporate radio, but it is what it is, and I'm blessed to be on this side of the coin to do my best to help folks like yourself out. And I love the track. Let's get through this, man. I had to talk about perfect timing, but wow.
Yeah, well, thanks. I had that title like for years, but all I had was "Let's get through do this? I just had this title, and I just envisioned a song, one of those songs where the chorus just keeps going over and over, to get stuck in your head. But I never finished the song. So when this all came up, I said, oh, this is so perfect. Because all you hear that phrase so many times on the news and everything. We're going to get through this, So it inspired me to finish off the song, and I really wanted to make it an uplifting sound. I didn't want to go deep. I didn't want to go depressing, and I didn't want to go parody. I wanted to just have a good song that you could pick up an acoustic guitar and play, and make the production. I wanted to be a little bit of a good vibe, and that's what I was going for.
Well, it comes through, my man. Perfect upbeat song for all of us, a positive message. It's quite simple, it's radio friendly, and that was question number one, was when did you actually write the song? And obviously you answered that, and I think in today's world, and I think you would agree, any release of any song to be really effective, because the record business is going nowhere, needs to also showcase a video. And I think the cool idea that really works well with the song is the lyric video. It really makes it stand out. And my question is, were you thinking the same on that decision? Is like we gotta put it all out there.
Yeah, a friend of mine, you might even know him. He's a songwriter, singer, Scott Sykes.
Okay. Oh yeah.
So Scott's a really good friend of mine, great songwriter, singer, and he's been into videos for a long time, and he's just a really creative, artistic guy, and we have the same brain, and we get along so well. I knew he was the guy, so we spoke about it. We wanted it to be illustration, almost like a Saturday morning cartoon, but just a little quirky, but again, we didn't want to, I didn't want to get deep ever with the song. I wanted to get fun and uplifting, because there's enough depressing sound bites and news already without me adding to it with like a deep song, so I just wanted to have one of those songs and the video. I think he nailed it too.
Oh my goodness, absolutely. Yeah, there's nobody even wants to put on the TV anymore. There's nothing, another day and 7 more people died, and oh my goodness, I can't deal with that. So thank you for inspiring us all with some nice, upbeat, smiling, a positive message, and I think that's great, and I can't wait to start playing it on our radio show, and maybe even get it on our rotation. So that'd be really cool.
I mean, I'm praying that it kind of gets a little bit more traction, and you never know. A song like this and a video like this, you never know. It could catch that time. It's the right time for it. It's I think people are gonna react positively to it. I just need to figure out a way how to reach the masses. I'm getting some airplay, which is cool. And also, I don't know if you heard the Tom Petty radio clip.
Yes.
Did you hear that one?
Yes, I did. Yep.
So that was cool. Steve Ferroni has been a real great supporter of mine, and he played it on Tom Petty radio. It's still on his show right now this week, and he said some really nice things about me and the song, and that was incredible, for him to do that, because obviously Tom Petty's one of my favorites, and that meant so much to me.
Oh my God, yeah, absolutely, all about the exposure. That's why I mean the video is so important, because that thing can go viral tomorrow compared to a bunch of us playing it every 3 or 4 hours until it gets really catchy and it goes. But the video, I mean, without the video, it's like I watch these people I never even heard of, and all of a sudden this video's got like 5 million views, and I'm like, what? I'm like, okay, well, whatever. But it looks like you're going to get more exposure with this, I guess I'll call it a webathon more than a telethon, all together now benefiting the city of Los Angeles, Saturday, coming up at 2 p.m. Pacific to help the city of Los Angeles getting through this pandemic and this virus, and money's raised, and that's certainly a good thing, and lots of great folks I see lined up, so good for you to get hooked up to that and get out there and help with the exposure on the song.
Yeah, I think they're going to play the video. It's going to be next Saturday, and it's going to be, to help LA, but I mean, it's just the message in itself is so universal that even though the target is to help, LA first responders and food banks and hospitals. I mean, you see a message like that with people like Smokey Robinson and Rick Springfield and all those kind of people. I mean, it's one of those things that is just the universal message, you know, regardless of where the money is specifically going. You know, it's a really good. It's going to be a good telethon.
No, totally agree. The concert will feature, as you mentioned, an array of talented singers, songwriters, musicians, actors, comedians, celebrities, all coming together to perform and send a positive message, not even in LA, but throughout the world. And folks can go to live stream at alltogethernowla.org, courtesy of Alert the Globe, and it's available free to anybody. And I went on the website, and you can certainly, there's a donate button. By all means, hit the button and donate, and do what we need to do. You know, Joey, I got to say, I don't know where this album slipped past me, but I spent the last couple of days listening to your classic new rock album, man, and that's all radio. You got some really good stuff on there. He Never Cried. The cover of the Raspberries, man, you kill it. I mean,
thank you.
There's a lot of good stuff out there. I don't know where I've been, but I'm like, wow, really good.
It's one of those things, man, where it's like, as an independent artist, you know, I really have limited, as much as I've done and people I've played with and all that stuff, kind of doesn't mean anything in a way. I mean, of course it means a lot, but I mean, in the way of getting it out there, it sucks. That record came out. I didn't really have the budget to really get it out the right way. It's just me kind of trying to do what I can do. And then it's a shame that, like, a really, in my opinion, a really good record is out there and no one knows it. Hardly anybody knows it.
Dude, I go through it every other day. I look at my wife and I go, here, mute Mike and Molly for 2 seconds, and I want you to listen to this song. And she look at me and goes, yeah, that should be like a top 20 somewhere. And I know you're gonna play it. And thank God you got I got listeners from all over the world, but I'm just a little guy in a big pond here, you know. I'm like, but man, I'm like, you got some really good stuff. So I'm glad that we hooked up, and I'm glad to dig into some of your stuff. And I see you did the Go-Go campaign, and I thought it was cool that you customized that songwriting thing. You know, people they love that stuff where, you know, I'm going to get a songwriting credit, and maybe it could go to a movie. I mean, people love that stuff. That's a great idea.
Yeah, it was cool. I got a couple of people that hired me for that, which was amazing, and I even got a couple after that campaign even finished, and I enjoyed doing it because I have so many songs, and you know, in my arsenal, and I love lyrics, so I could always tailor it to somebody. I had those people just send me a long list of, you know, things in their life and names and what they love, and just kind of incorporate it into his songs, and it's a cool thing. I wish I could do more of them.
Yeah, what made you go after Go All the Way? I mean, besides being a great track that I grew up with listening, I mean, that's a wonderful track, and you hit it out of the park. Is it just because you said, hey, I got to do this song, or was there something more to it?
I just wanted something challenging because that's a bitch to do. Like, I did all the vocals and the harmonies, and it's just such an amazing song. The melody of it, it's like 4 hit songs in one song.
Yeah, exactly. That's a good way of saying it. Yeah.
You know, and I just always loved that song, and I kind of wanted to do something that wasn't common and was a bit challenging. And I don't know, I just landed on that. You know, I thought it fit the spirit of the album is kind of like a power pop, you know. Even the title of it, Classic New Rock, you know, it's like a little play on words. Instead of saying New Classic Rock, you know, it's just Classic New Rock.
Yeah.
The phrase is Classic Rock. So I just created my own little thing, and whether it went over everybody's head, it probably did, but, you know.
Dude, I like it. I love it. I love a lot of tracks, and I'm going to play a little bit more to really digest it. And I like the idea of the transistor radios, man. That is, if you're going to have a collection, that's a pretty cool collection, man. That's really cool. I mean, no, I don't know of anybody that does that. I mean, I see pictures of old, you know, you go to a hotel and somebody's got to, you know, by the bed or the hallway. Oh, wow, look at that. That's a really like 1960s, 50s look. But I don't know of people actually collecting them. And I think that was, I do the baseball cards, you know, the autographed baseballs. Something I grew up in the Bronx. But, I mean, the transistor radios, I thought that was, that's pretty cool. How many do you have, if you don't mind me asking?
I have about 50 of them, yeah.
Nice.
And if someone bought me a book it's like a book from Japan, like that's a lot of them were made there, and this book was just so cool. Had like all the pictures, really good pictures of those old classic transistor radios, and the colors and the shapes, and they all had like a vibe. And I said, man, I gotta see if any of these are available. And before you know it, between eBay and thrift shops and man, when I was on the road, just skipping out to a little, thrift shop, and you see a killer one for like $30, and I'm like, this is amazing, and they're just so vibey, and they're all over my studio. Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, they all have their own like little personality, especially when I look at the colors and I think of like, again, growing up in the Bronx, in a bathroom had that aqua, teal, blue, that, you're like, really? But I mean, some of them really stick out pretty cool. Now you go from the rock guy and then your guitarist with the babies and doing a little of that, doing your own thing, and then you got Honey River, which really kind of expands, I guess, more creativity, a little bit more California country that you got into that shows a different side of you.
Yeah, well, I go to Nashville a lot, and I was going for like 10 years for a couple times a year, like 10 days at a time, and just doing these like marathon writing trips, and I started to get this catalog that was building up, and I was like, man, these are really good songs, and I was just on a roll, and I said, I'm going to start a band in California that's like a modern day version of like Tom Petty and Eagles and Jackson Browne and a lot of harmonies, and that's what Honey River is. I made a full record. I got Tom Petty's drummer Steve Ferroni on 3 tracks.
Nice.
And it's just a great vibe. I still didn't release it. I made a couple of videos, maybe 2 or 3 videos that are up on YouTube. And it's a really good idea, but again, it goes back to with the limited amount of funds and ways to get out there. It's another thing that's I have all these things. I have great ideas and great content, but getting it to the masses is a whole other game when you're independent.
No, I hear you, brother, but get it my way, and I'll do my best to get it out there as much as I can. I mentioned the babies. Anything new and exciting with that killer rock group? Any thought of, maybe getting everybody in the studio, sending files back and forth for a new Babies album, or is just...
we're doing some things. We got a cruise gig that got pulled out under us, which obviously we were on a week-long cruise supposed to be out April 1st, so that got canceled. The gigs that coming up, a couple of road gigs got canceled, so it's just a waiting game. We just released an anthology too. That's it's out there. We kind of remade a bunch of Babies classics with the new lineup, and had a couple of new songs that I actually wrote that are on it. Nice. And then remixed. When I first joined that band, the reboot, which was like 2013 or something, 2014, I kind of came on board just to write songs initially, and then that led to me being in the live version as well. So I wrote like the first single, I See You There, for the new Babies lineup, and then I wrote about 6 or 7 songs on that album. So the new release is a remix of the first studio album, and then the anthology. So it's like a double album in one, and that's available now.
Okay, cool. So I will definitely check that out and see what we can do to get that out there. I see you also play that wonderful role of producer. Are you working on? Can you share anything of any of the clients that you're working on, or anybody else that we can help promote for you?
No, not right now. I mean, I'm just trying to get this song first and foremost, because it's going to be a time factor with the song, obviously. So I'm just trying to, let's get through this out there to the masses. I'm trying to uncover everyone I know, and there's been really nice response, and I'm hoping for a good outcome on that. And then, maybe I'll release the Honey River stuff properly and circle back to classic new rock. Who knows? Like I said, I have a lot of content that's still going to be considered new and still, it's what I do. So,
No, it makes sense. I mean, you got to prioritize. You got to take advantage of this snowball here with let's get through this. I mean, now more than ever. So I totally agree, but I just wanted to ask to see if I can, I know we'll be doing a lot together and getting some of your tunes out there. So that makes me happy that I'm able to do that for you. Let's get through this. Is it, it's on all the streaming, obviously, outlets out there?
It's up there on Spotify, Shazam. You could Shazam it. Yeah, all that stuff.
Cool.
And, Apple iTunes or whatever, and it's up on YouTube. Trying to get the video up on YouTube, and you playing it's going to be a great help to getting some new views on the song and new eyeballs on the video, and I really appreciate that.
Yeah, no problem. And I always encourage all the listeners to buy it. None of this bullshit of stealing it. I hate it. You guys don't make a dollar as it is, and the business is really turned to the ground. So great video, great song, and please buy it and support Joey. He's got a bunch of other stuff lined up. And if you haven't checked out Classic New Rock album, you really need to go online and check that out. It's a great job. Joey, you're on Instagram.com, Joey Sykes 903, Facebook, or you can check out Joey on his website, Joey Sykes, SYKES.com. I hope you enjoyed the chat as much as I have, my friend.
Thank you, buddy. I did. You're a great interviewer, and thanks for doing your homework. And I talk to you anytime you want. And
so there you go, Joey Sykes on WBXO, where classic rock, we're redefined in conjunction with Pat Soundbites Unplugged.